Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at this video about AI tools you can use to boost your income in 2025.
Yeah, next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
And some of the names you might recognize here.
Mm-hmm.
We've got ChatGPT,
Of course.
Canva, Synthesia,
Uh-huh.
even some AI art generators like
Midjourney.
Midjourney. Yeah. And Dale E2.
Some big names.
Really wild stuff, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to take a look and see if you can actually use these tools to make money, or is it all just hype?
Yeah, that's a great question. What I thought was interesting about this video is that it's really talking about how easy it's becoming to use these tools.
Okay.
It's not just for the programmers and the tech experts anymore.
Right.
It's really becoming something that almost anybody can get into.
So let's unpack it a little bit. The video starts off by saying that AI isn't just this passing trend.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a huge opportunity
Absolutely.
for almost anybody to kind of boost their income.
Yeah, and I think that's because we're seeing it become more user-friendly. The interfaces are getting more intuitive. The tools themselves are getting more powerful
Right.
so that even someone who's not super techie can jump in and start using them.
So one of the first tools the video jumps into is, of course, ChatGPT. Everybody's talking about it these days. They call it a personal writer,
Yeah.
able to write blog posts, social media content, even freelance articles.
You know what's funny is I was just talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he was telling me about how he's using it for his small business.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He had to write a bunch of emails to customers,
Mm-hmm.
and he just used ChatGPT to do it, and it saved him so much time.
Wow. So instead of him sitting there racking his brain trying to figure out what to say,
Exactly.
he was just feeding it into ChatGPT.
Yeah, and he said it actually sounded better than what he would have written himself,
Oh, wow. Interesting.
which is a little scary, but also, I mean, kind of cool.
I mean, that's amazing. So, I mean, if you think about it, it's not just writing the blog post.
Right.
I mean, you can have it do all kinds of stuff, like, maybe research and find the trending topics that are out there right now,
Oh, for sure.
maybe translated to different languages.
Absolutely. Or even target different audiences.
Right. Tailor it to different audiences.
Yeah, like if you need a version that's more formal or more casual, ChatGPT can do that.
Wow.
It's like having a whole marketing team at your disposal.
Seriously, that's wild. So, speaking of making things look good, visually, the video talks about Canva. And this is something I know you're a big fan of.
Yeah, I love Canva. I use it all the time for my own projects.
But this is Canva, but with a twist. It's Canva with AI Magic Studio.
Oh, yeah, I've been playing around with that a little bit. It's pretty impressive.
So they say you can use this to design anything,
Yeah.
even if you have no design skills whatsoever.
I mean, I'm not a designer by any stretch of the imagination, but I've been able to create some pretty professional-looking graphics with the help of AI.
Look, what kind of things have you made?
Well, I made a logo for a friend who's starting a new business.
Oh, nice.
And I even created some social media posts for my own,
For your own projects.
for my own project.
You said it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised at how good it looked. I mean, it's not going to win any design awards or anything,
Sure.
but for someone like me who's not, artistically inclined, it's a game changer.
So, I mean, imagine if you're a small business owner
Right.
and you suddenly have access to this tool where you can create professional-looking logos
Mm-hmm.
and social media graphics, marketing materials, all without having to hire a designer.
Yeah, it definitely levels the playing field.
Yeah, big time.
Like, you can have a brand identity that looks just as good as the big guys, even if you're just starting out.
Okay, this is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Then the video goes on to talk about Synthesia,
Oh, yeah.
which, from what I understand, is a tool that can create videos without you ever having to be on camera.
That's right. It's pretty wild, actually.
It's crazy.
You just type in a script, and Synthesia's AI will generate a video for you,
Oh, my goodness.
complete with, like, a virtual presenter
Oh, wow.
and backgrounds and everything.
Like, I'm picturing almost like a newscaster type thing.
Yeah, kind of. Or you can even choose different avatars and styles.
Seriously.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to look like a newscast if you don't want it to.
So instead of spending all this time,
Right?
recording and editing video,
Oh.
which I mean, I know can be really time consuming.
It can be a huge pain.
You just feed it into Synthesia and boom.
Yeah, and you've got a professional looking video in, like a fraction of the time.
Wow, that's amazing. And then, of course, we have to talk about the art generators that are out there.
Yeah, the AI art scene is just exploding right now.
This is getting into the Midjourney, the DALL-E 2. I mean, I see this stuff online. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Some of the stuff people are creating is just mind-blowing.
But how do you actually make money from these tools?
Well, I think we're going to see a whole new wave of like digital artists emerge who are using AI to create unique and captivating artwork.
Okay.
You can sell prints, you can sell digital downloads, you can even license your AI-generated art to businesses.
So, like, I could create a unique piece of art, a cool piece of art, using AI, and then I could sell that on, like, Etsy or something.
Exactly. Or on specialized marketplaces for AI-generated art. There are a bunch popping up now.
Wow. That's amazing. I mean, this is all starting to sound a little too good to be true.
I know, right? It's hard to believe how fast this technology is advancing.
Oh, so, I mean, there has to be some kind of catch, right?
Well, I think one of the things that we need to be mindful of is that AI is a tool.
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
So we need to make sure that we're using it responsibly and ethically.
Absolutely. And we also need to remember that AI is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
So the quality of the output is going to continue to improve.
Okay.
And in many cases, it can already create content that's pretty darn good.
Really?
Yeah, like sometimes it's hard to tell if something was created by a human or by AI. But I think the key thing to remember is that it's still the human element that really makes the difference.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So it's not just about replacing human creativity with AI. It's about using AI to enhance what we can already do.
Exactly. Think of AI as a partner in the creative process.
Okay, yeah.
It can help us to be more efficient, more productive, but it's still our creativity, our critical thinking, our unique perspective that really brings the magic.
So you're saying that even though these tools are getting more powerful, they're also becoming a lot easier to use.
Oh, absolutely. You don't need to be a coding genius to use these tools anymore. Nope. A lot of these platforms are designed to be super user-friendly.
Oh, that's great.
And there are tons of tutorials available online.
Oh, cool.
So even someone like me who's not exactly, a tech whiz can figure it out pretty quickly.
Okay, that's good to hear. Because it can be kind of intimidating
Right.
sometimes to try a new piece of software.
Sure.
But if it's designed to be user-friendly, that definitely makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, it takes the pressure off.
But let's talk about the money-making part.
Right.
Because, I mean, this video is all about using these tools to reach your financial goals faster.
Right.
And especially as we're getting into 2025, it's like right around the corner.
It's coming up quick.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. And, it's not just about like making a quick buck.
Right.
AI can really help you to build a sustainable income stream.
Okay.
Whether you're freelancing or selling digital products or even starting your own business.
So, I mean, someone could use these tools to become like a freelance writer,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
a freelance graphic designer,
Absolutely.
create videos, even like an AI artist.
Yeah, or all of the above.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to limit yourself to just one thing.
Right.
You can combine your skills and interests with AI to create something totally unique.
That's a good point.
Like maybe you're good at writing, but you also have a passion for photography. Well, you could use AI to create captions for your photos and sell them as stock images.
Oh, that's interesting.
Or you could write a children's book and then use AI to illustrate it. The possibilities are endless.
Wow, this is starting to feel like really exciting. It's like all these new doors are opening up.
I know, it's kind of mind-blowing, isn't it?
But, okay, we got to be real here. I mean, there has to be some potential downsides to all of this, right?
Well, that's a great point. And I think it's important to acknowledge that. Like, what about the people whose jobs might be affected by AI?
Yeah.
That's a real concern.
The video doesn't really address that, does it?
No, it kind of glosses over that part. It's all about the positive aspects, which are great, but we need to be realistic and have a balanced view of this technology.
Okay, so let's get into some of those potential downsides.
Yeah, let's talk about what we need to watch out for as we navigate this whole new world of AI.
So we were talking about how the video doesn't really talk about the people whose jobs might be lost because of AI.
Yeah, it's kind of like the elephant in the room, isn't it?
It is. It's like everybody's excited about all this cool new stuff. But what about, the people who might be out of a job because a machine can do it better?
Right, and it's a valid concern. I mean, we've seen this happen throughout history, right?
Yeah.
Like new technologies come along and they disrupt certain industries.
Like the Industrial Revolution, for example.
Exactly. But the thing is, it also creates new opportunities.
Okay.
So I think instead of being afraid of AI taking our jobs, we need to focus on adapting and learning new skills.
So, like, instead of thinking about the jobs that are going to be lost, we should be thinking about what new jobs are going to be created because of this technology.
Right, and what skills are going to be in demand. Like, I think we're going to see a lot more emphasis on things like creativity, problem solving, critical thinking.
Okay, skills that machines can't really replicate.
Exactly, because, AI can do a lot of things, but it can't really replace human ingenuity.
So instead of being afraid of it, we need to kind of embrace it and figure out how we can work with it.
Yeah, I think of it as a tool that can augment our capabilities, not replace us entirely.
Okay.
Like, imagine if you could offload all of those tedious, repetitive tasks to AI.
Oh my God.
And then you could focus on the stuff that really requires your human touch.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Like, let's say you're working on a project and there's all this like data entry or research.
Right.
You can have the AI do that.
Exactly. And then you can use your brain power to analyze the data and come up with creative solutions.
Okay. So it's kind of like we can use AI to work smarter, not harder.
I like that. Yeah, work smarter, not harder.
But,
Yes.
one thing that kind of worries me a little bit is that the video talks about how user-friendly these tools are getting,
Yeah.
which is great. But it also makes me think, what if people start using these tools for, like, nefarious purposes?
That's a good point. It's definitely something we need to be aware of. Like, what if someone uses AI to create fake news or spread misinformation?
Oh, yeah.
That's a real possibility.
That's scary to think about.
It is, and I think it just highlights the importance of media literacy.
Okay.
Like, we need to be able to critically evaluate the information that we're consuming online.
So it's not just about learning how to use the tools, it's also about learning how to be a smart consumer of information.
Exactly. We need to be able to spot fake news, identify biases, and really just be more discerning about what we believe.
Right, because just because something looks professional or sounds convincing doesn't mean it's true.
That's right. We need to do our own research, check our sources, and really just use our critical thinking skills.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Now, the video also mentions that AI can create content that's indistinguishable from human-created content.
Yeah.
But is that always a good thing?
That's a great question. Like, what about the loss of originality, creativity, that human touch?
Right. Like, if everything is created by AI, is it really art?
That's a philosophical debate for sure.
Yeah.
But I think, at the end of the day, AI is a tool.
Okay.
And it's up to us as humans to use it wisely.
So how can we make sure that we're not letting AI kind of take over our creative process?
Well, I think the key is to remember that AI is meant to enhance creativity, not replace it.
Okay.
Like, think of a painter using a brush. The brush doesn't paint the picture, the artist does.
Right.
AI is like that brush. It can help us to create, but it's still our vision, our ideas, our emotions that are driving the process.
So we're not just letting the machine do all the work for us. We're using it to kind of unlock our own creative potential.
Exactly. It's about finding that synergy between human and machine.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Now let's talk about the practical side of things.
Okay.
Like, how are people actually using these AI tools to make money?
Yeah, let's get down to brass tacks.
The video mentions freelancing, selling digital products, creating online courses. But I'm curious, are there other ways that people are using AI to generate income?
Oh, for sure. I mean, the possibilities are really just starting to emerge.
Okay.
Like, I've heard of people using AI to personalize customer experiences.
Oh, wow.
To analyze market trends, to optimize advertising campaigns.
So not just creating content, but actually using AI to run your business more effectively.
Exactly. And I think we're going to see even more of that in the future as AI becomes more sophisticated.
So it's not just about being like a creative person.
Right.
You could be like a business person or like a marketer.
Absolutely. Anyone can benefit from using AI.
Wow, that's exciting. But like, we've been talking a lot about the potential benefits of AI. But I think it's important to acknowledge that there are also some ethical concerns that we need to address.
Oh, absolutely. We can't just ignore the potential downsides.
Right. Like, for example, if I'm using an AI tool to write marketing copy, is it ethical to not disclose that to my clients?
That's a really good question. And I think it really comes down to transparency.
Okay.
Like, if you're using AI to create content or to generate leads or even just to manage your social media, I think it's important to be upfront about that with your clients.
So it's not about trying to like hide the fact that you're using AI. It's about being open and honest about how you're using it.
Exactly.
Is
Just
some-
like you disclose if you're using a particular software program or outsourcing a task, you should disclose your use of AI.
So it's about building trust with your clients.
Right. And allowing them to make informed decisions.
Okay, that makes sense. But I'm also wondering about the long-term implications of all this. Like, if we become too reliant on AI to do our work for us, are we going to lose some of our own skills?
It's an interesting question, and it's something I think a lot about.
Yeah.
Like, will we forget how to write if we're always relying on AI to write for us?
Right? Or will we stop thinking critically if we're always letting AI make our decisions for us?
Exactly. So I think it's important to find that balance
Okay.
between leveraging AI's capabilities and maintaining our own human agency.
So it's about using AI to augment our intelligence, not replace it.
Right. It's a tool, not a crutch.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
A tool, not a crutch.
Yeah. We need to make sure that we're still using our own brains, that we're still thinking critically, that we're still making our own decisions.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about AI in 2025.
Yeah.
But what about beyond that?
Oh, the future is wide open.
I know. Like, what are some trends that we should be paying attention to as AI continues to evolve?
Well, one thing I'm really excited about is the increasing personalization of AI experiences.
Personalization. What do you mean by that?
I mean, imagine a world where your AI tools are tailored to your specific needs and goals.
Okay.
Like, instead of using a generic AI writer, you'd have an AI writer that knows your writing style, that knows your target audience, that can even anticipate what you're going to write next.
They would be amazing. Like, it'd be like having a personal AI assistant for your brain.
Exactly. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that in the future as AI gets better at understanding us as individuals.
So it's not just about, like, using AI, it's about AI understanding us on a deeper level.
Yeah, it's about AI becoming more human-centered.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Uh-huh.
But what about the potential downsides of that? Like, what about privacy concerns?
That's a huge one.
I mean, if AI knows everything about us,
Yeah,
that could be kind of scary.
it could be. And it's something that we need to be really careful about.
Okay,
We need to make sure that our data is being used responsibly and ethically.
right. And that we have control over our own information.
Absolutely.
Now, the video also touches on how AI is becoming more integrated into our everyday lives.
Yeah, it's everywhere you look these days.
It is. Like, I use AI to help me write emails,
Yeah.
to manage my schedule, even to find new recipes.
Oh, yeah, I use it for that too.
Yeah.
It's like having a personal chef.
I know. It's amazing.
It is. And I think this integration is only going to deepen in the future.
Okay.
Like, AI is going to be in our cars, in our homes, in our workplaces.
So we're talking about a future where AI is just kind of seamlessly woven into the fabric of our lives.
Exactly. It's going to be so ubiquitous that we won't even think about it anymore.
Wow. That's both exciting and kind of scary at the same time.
I know, it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah. That's like, on the one hand, it's amazing to think about all the ways that AI can make our lives easier and more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, we need to be careful that we're not giving up too much control.
Right. We need to make sure that we're using AI to enhance our lives, not to control them.
Okay, I think we need to take a quick break here.
Okay.
But when we come back, I want to talk about some practical tips and resources for listeners who are ready to start exploring this exciting world of AI. Okay, welcome back. We've talked a lot about AI, both the good and the bad. But now, let's get practical. Let's say you're ready to dive into this AI world. Where do you even begin?
Well, I think the first thing you got to do is figure out what you want to do with AI.
Okay, so like have a goal in mind.
Exactly. What are you hoping to achieve? You're trying to boost your income, maybe streamline your work, or just explore some creative stuff.
Right, so it's like any journey. You
Yeah.
got to know where you're going.
You got to have a destination before you can map out the route.
Exactly. So let's say you have your goal. Then what?
And you got to find the right tools for the job.
Okay.
Luckily, there's a ton of resources out there.
The video mentioned a few: ChatGPT for writing, Canva for design,
Uh-huh.
Synthesia for video. But, I mean, where can people go to find, like, even more tools?
Oh, there are some awesome websites that are like AI tool directories. Futurepedia is one.
Right.
There's an AI for that. They basically categorize tools by what they do, by industry, even by how much they cost.
So I could search for, like, AI tools for social media marketing.
Exactly. And then it'll give you a whole list of options.
Wow, that's cool.
And a lot of these sites have reviews and ratings.
Oh, nice.
So you can kind of get a feel for what's popular, what works well, and maybe what to avoid.
Right, so you're not just going in blind.
Exactly.
Now, once you find a few tools that look promising, how do you actually learn how to use them?
Well, most AI companies have great documentation, tutorials. Some even have free courses to get you started.
Okay.
And if you're more of a visual learner, YouTube's got a ton of channels dedicated to specific AI tools.
So you're saying you don't need, like, a computer science degree to figure this stuff out?
Nope. There's a lot of support available.
That's good, because sometimes it can be a little intimidating, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But don't underestimate the power of community either.
What do you mean?
There are so many online forums and social media groups dedicated to AI. People share tips, tutorials, even their own AI creations.
So it's a way to kind of learn from each other.
Absolutely. You can get inspired, connect with people, get some help if you're stuck.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to the money-making side of things.
Yeah, let's talk cash.
The video really emphasizes how AI can help boost your income, especially, as we're heading into 2025.
It's right around the corner.
So what are some concrete ways listeners can start making money with AI?
Well, freelancing's a great option, as the video said. Upwork, Fiverr, those platforms are seeing a surge in demand for AI-related skills. Writing, design, video editing, even making AI art.
Oh, interesting. So you could kind of position yourself as like an AI-powered freelancer.
Exactly. An AI-powered writer, designer, video editor, and you can work with clients from anywhere in the world.
That's amazing.
The beauty of freelancing is you can set your own rates, choose your projects, work from wherever you want.
Now, what if you want to create your own products?
Oh, then the world of digital products is your oyster.
Okay.
You can use AI to create ebooks, online courses, templates, stock photos, even music.
Wait, you can create music with AI?
Oh, yeah. There are tools that can compose original music in all sorts of genres, even make custom soundtracks and sound effects.
That's insane. I mean, where would you even sell these things?
Etsy's a great place. Gumroad, Creative Market, or you could just make your own website and sell direct.
So like AI art, ebooks, courses, it's like a whole new world of possibilities.
Right. And even if you're not like a creative type,
Okay.
AI is changing business and marketing too. You can use these tools to analyze data, optimize ad campaigns, manage social media, even do customer service.
So even if you're not a writer, a designer, a musician, you can still use AI to provide valuable services.
Absolutely. AI is becoming essential for businesses big and small. Those who know how to use it are in high demand.
Okay, this is all super inspiring. But before we wrap up, we talked about staying informed about AI and how it's impacting the world. What are some good resources for that?
There are some great websites and publications out there.
Yeah.
MIT Technology Review, Wired, The Verge, all have excellent sections on AI.
Okay, so like tech websites and publications.
Yeah, they cover all the latest news, research, even ethical considerations.
Got it.
And if you want a deeper dive into the social and ethical side of things, I recommend the Stanford Institute for Human-Centered Artificial Intelligence.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one piece of advice you would give to listeners who are excited about AI and ready to explore its potential?
Don't be afraid to just jump in and experiment. The beauty of AI is it's always changing. There's always something new to learn.
Okay.
Try out different tools, join some online communities. Don't be afraid to fail.
So it's like embrace the learning process.
Yeah, the more you explore, the more you'll understand the power and potential of AI.
I love that. Who knows? You might discover your own AI superpower along the way. Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive on AI tools for 2025 and beyond.
It's been fun.
It has. We hope you're feeling inspired to start exploring this amazing world of AI. Thanks for listening, everyone.